Welcome back, Red Devil fans, to another video regarding Man United latest news. Today we have got tons of news we want to dive into. To give you a taste, we'll be talking about the latest transfer news for players such as Onana, Rasmus Højlund and Sofian Amrabat. In addition, we have got numerous updates regarding Man United exit list, and last but not least, we'll also talk about some of the major events that have happened surrounding the team. Oh boy, it's going to be a jam-packed video, so without any further ado, let's kick things off in this video. First things first, let's go through some of the major events that have happened involving Manchester United players. One of the most important ones is arguably the departure of David Degea. So yeah, a couple of days ago, we as Manchester United fans had to say goodbye to David Degea given the fact that he didn't accept the new deal Man United offered him and was considered a free agent, and Manchester United announced that David Degea will be leaving the club, so as a result, the player has officially departed from Manchester United. As much as I like David Degea, it was time the club and the player went their separate ways. In the last couple of months, we told you guys that the player is likely to leave Manchester United since he's not going to fit in the build-up style Ten Hag has in mind for next season, and when Manchester United started to negotiate with Onana as the alternative, it was a matter of time for this departure to happen. Nevertheless, the player's legacy will live on despite the controversial final season he had at Manchester United, where he took points from us because of his mistakes time and time again. What's interesting about David Degea is that the player was the only remaining member from the fantastic 2011-2012 Ferguson team. It's also worth mentioning that throughout his Man United career, David Degea made 190 clean sheets for Manchester United, which is remarkable. Of course, many Manchester United players praised Degea for more than a decade of his contribution to the team and paid respect to Spanish goalkeeper on social media platforms. Now, what can be debated about David Degea's farewell is that though I was a person who lately criticized the player, I believe he deserved a better farewell, honestly. Manchester United could arrange a farewell match for the player, but for some reason it never happened, and now what's done is done. Nevertheless, share your thoughts about Degea's Man United career with us in the comment section and how you feel about his departure. Next up, we have to talk about Edwin Van Der Sar. Unfortunately, Van Der Sar's situation is not good. No medical improvements have been made yet, according to many reports. If you don't know what has happened to Manchester United former goalkeeper and legend, check out the previous video on the channel where we told you guys exactly what happened to him. To honor Edwin Van Der Sar, Ajax shared this photo on their social media wearing the same shirt, which is a kind gesture. Of course, we'll be bringing more updates to you guys the moment they become available. Once again, I want to say that our thoughts on players are with Van Der Sar, and I hope he recovers as soon as possible. The next thing we want to talk about is that the first announced trailer for FC 24, which is the new FIFA game, was released yesterday along with a cover photo of the Ultimate Team version, and Marcus Rashford can be seen on the cover, which is nice. It's been a while since a Manchester United player has been on the cover of a FIFA game. I think if you go back to 2007 or 2008 era, Ronaldo or Wayne Rooney were on the FIFA cover. I might be wrong about that, but it's nice all in all to have a familiar face on FC 24 cover. Next up, let's touch on Manchester United training pictures. Now, other than Marcus Rashford, latest Manchester United training pictures show that most players have started preseason training, which is fantastic news. Players such as Anthony and Sanchez have joined Manchester United training as well, as you can see in the pictures. But with that out of the way, let's move on and talk about some of the most important transfer news in regards to Manchester United. Before we move on, leave a like if you found this video informative. Also, consider subscribing to Always United for latest Manchester United news. So first things first, let's talk about David Degea's alternative, the one and only Onana. As you're already aware, our main goalkeeper for next season is going to be Onana, and in the last week or so we have had so much progress when it comes to signing the player officially. Rumors are suggesting that 55 million euro is the final deal number for Onana. A deal agreement can be made until 2028 with the player, which is 7 million euros per year. There are also rumors pointing out that we could hear an official announcement in the next 48 hours for the player, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Next up, a fascinating report from well-known Sky Sports reporter Florian Plettenberg states that Manchester United has reached a personal agreement with Sofian Amrabat, a player who can serve as a nice alternative to Casemiro, as we talked in depth about the player in this video that we made a week ago. Though no official negotiations have been made yet with Fiorentina, it seems that Erik ten Hag favors the notion of having an alternative to Casemiro. Now, as you know, no player right now can genuinely be compared to Casemiro in terms of how he intercepts the ball and how he can help other midfielders push forward on the pitch. The player is truly one of a kind, as we have talked about previously. The main catch last season with Casemiro were the games he could not participate due to the red cards he received. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he missed 7 games in total, which definitely cost us big time. Having an alternative to Casemiro can really provide Manchester United with more depth in the formation, but we'll have to wait and see if we'll be able to officially sign Amrabat since the budget is tight and currently we have other priorities on the transfer market. But I'm interested to hear your takes on Sofian Amrabat and a possible move to Manchester United. Also, I want to touch on the situation of Axel Disasi. We have been linked with the player previously, and now according to Fabrizio Romano, Man United and Newcastle agents will meet up with Axel Disasi agent this week to discuss terms with the player's agent. According to Daily Mail also, Man United has shown interest in Moussa Diaby and a deal could happen this summer. As for strikers, the main striker Manchester United wants to acquire is Rasmus Højlund. According to Sky Sports, despite the gap in price tag, Man United heads are optimistic about finalizing Højlund deal. Also, Goal has reported that Manchester United are looking to bring in a striker to ease the goal-scoring burden on Marcus Rashford, and the 20-year-old Atalanta attacker Højlund is one of the names on the list. However, 2 top scouts have warned that the Danish young star might not be worth Atalanta's reported £50 million asking price. Also, according to Fabrizio Romano, personal agreements have been reached with Rasmus Højlund, and it is very possible that after Andre Onana, Manchester United concentrates on finalizing the deal for Rasmus Højlund. Now, with that being said, we are done with the transfer news section of the video, and it's time to move on to some of the players linked with a departure from Manchester United. Right out of the gate, let's discuss the latest when it comes to Mason Greenwood. According to CDS, Mason Greenwood to Atalanta is almost a done deal. Previous reports from the same outlet were suggesting that medical tests are supposed to happen this week. Previously, we also reported on the channel for you guys that Mason Greenwood could be part of the deal in order to acquire Rasmus Højlund, and it is extremely possible that it becomes a reality. Next up, according to Fabrizio Romano, although Fred is really happy to be part of a Manchester United squad, the player ultimately wants more time to play and favors the idea of being transferred to another team, and latest reports are suggesting that Fulham is interested in using the player's abilities. As for Harry Maguire, as per Fabrizio Romano, there will be a meeting between Ten Hag and Maguire to discuss his situation this week, and it is very possible that Maguire loses captaincy. This week, Daily Mail also did a similar report, and they also suggested that Bruno Fernandes is the most likely contender to replace Maguire as captain of the team. Manchester United has also put a $50 million price tag on Maguire, which might make it hard for Premier League clubs to actually want to show interest in the player. When it comes to Eric Bailly, Manchester United may terminate Eric Bailly's contract this summer, as The Sun has reported. What's more is that according to AS, the Spanish outlet, United may cut their losses by just letting Bailly go. The player has been targeted by Real Betis, who are confident that he could join them for free. As the reports are also suggesting, it is very plausible for Eric Bailly to depart United since he has no spot in Ten Hag's team, and we have covered that previously as well for you guys. Now, last but not least, according to the Mirror, Everton is interested in Tom Hitton. As Manchester United has Andre Onana as first goalkeeper in addition to Suzuki as the substitute, Tom Hitton will probably depart United, and time will tell if this deal will actually happen. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me until the end. Definitely share your thoughts about all the news regarding the transfer and Manchester United exit list and the major events that have happened surrounding the club. I'm very curious to know your thoughts on the matters. Leave a like if you found this video informative, and definitely consider subscribing to Always United since you guys just don't want to miss the latest Manchester United news. Also, if you're interested to hear more Man United news, here are 2 videos that might catch your interest. But until next time, guys, it's been a pleasure serving you.